Good morning, everyone. My name is MightyStream, and I am going to do your January the 1st spiritual principle of day. I greet you this morning. I hope you're doing well. I am doing excellent. I'm brought to you by Hope Through Navigation, and this is our Hood Recovery Services. You can reach me at recoveryofhope21@gmail.com. Let's go ahead and get into the meditation. It is entitled Recapturing a Sense of Wonder. The sense of wonder we experience in our lives, as if we were seeing them for the first time, brings an array of feelings. That comes from the Living Clean book, Chapter 7, Living Our Principles. Active addiction is a grind, leaving most of us jaded by the time we get to NA. We stay coolly distant from other humans and much of life, hoping to avoid those pesky feelings. We think or say, who cares? A little too often, even for our own taste. Cynicism and apathy had worn away any optimism we once had. But then we get clean, and what we learn in recovery challenges this entire mindset. Experiencing the world with a sense of wonder is one of the fringe benefits of working an NA program. Some of us stumble on a new positivity when we start stringing together days clean. Others warm up to a new way of responding to the world over time or encounter wonder in sporadic bursts. But regardless of the timeline or intensity, we recognize that feeling of awed respect and the newfound appreciation it brings. When we find ourselves thinking or saying, wow, it's a good indication that we're experiencing a sense of wonder. Wow is a prayer unto itself in the minds of some NA members. It captures what it means to embrace wonder as a spiritual principle, complete with awe, connection, impact, and reverence in the space of 3 letters. Nature is kind of a show-off when it comes to inspiring wonder. Of course, we don't have to travel far to be wowed by sunrise or sunset. But beyond nature, and perhaps more importantly for us in recovery, we find a sense of wonder in everyday life if we're open to it and paying attention. Moments of clarity, the clean kind, allow us to see our lives anew. Each time we take a moment to appreciate our growth, admire, what's right with us and the world, delight in new insights, or feel all our feelings is an invitation to practice wonder. I will challenge myself to look at life and recovery with curiosity and enjoy a sense of wonder wherever I may find it. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Just for today, please and thank you. Recapturing a sense of wonder. Now, this is a beautiful topic because we don't really think of that sense of wonder as a spiritual principle. Being awed is a spiritual principle. However, I do think of gratitude when I think about this meditation. And I think about how many times I've pulled over to take a picture of a sunrise or to take a picture of a sunset. In my backyard, we have the most beautiful sunsets. It almost looks like an ocean. Uh, Different colors are in the sky, purple and pinks and a hint of yellow. I mean, it's very, very beautiful to watch the sunset from my backyard. One day I might share one of those photos with you. And I like that. I like that this meditation is talking about the fact that many times when we come into the program, we're not thinking about all that. We're thinking about, can I stay clean another second? Will I? Will I stay clean another second? Because, of course, we can, right? Many have done it. So if they can do it, we can do it. But oftentimes it's a choice or it's a state of being that is full of negativity. And we're thinking it's too much for us to undertake. And we don't have that um, awareness within ourselves that says, no matter what, I'm staying clean. And so we might pick up. But that still is a choice because I was taught that if you don't pick it up, you can't get high. But the point is, when we come into the fellowship, no, a lot of times we're not thinking about the sunrise and we're not thinking about being awed by anything. We're not thinking about anything other than how long do I have to do this? Am I going to do it? And how long do I have to? But the craziest thing happens. It's amazing. The craziest thing happens. It's like day one, clarity a little bit. Body aches, clarity. Day two, anger, but very much aware that you're not using because of the withdrawal symptoms. Day three, oh man, thirst, feeling very thirsty, feeling like you can smell your past life of using in every step that you take, triggers everywhere, but you're very much aware that you're not using. Snap quickly to bite someone's head off if they say the wrong thing. Very, very much in the midst of withdrawals. And that goes on day after day after day. We get fewer symptoms of withdrawals and more awareness. And then somehow, sadness kind of sets in because there's that internal struggle. Here comes the same old situation, the same old circumstance, the same old feeling, and I'm not picking up by choice. No one's forcing me to do this. I know I need to. How did I get so far away from human emotions and social graces? And somehow, even though it's positive that we're clean, this thing sets in that starts to try and condemn us for our past behaviors and the fact that we're not further along. It can happen to people with many years, decades clean. They can look back and say, man, I did absolutely nothing. For me personally, I know that I didn't accomplish a lot in my first 10 years. So gradually, we become more grateful. And the word wow becomes a prayer, like of appreciation and gratitude. And I love this because it points out it doesn't matter how fast it happens or how intensely it happens. It's going to happen. If we keep coming back, it's going to happen. And then the thing is that your higher power, your relationship with the God of your own understanding, even that changes. And for the first time in our lives, we're able to appreciate the change and not be intimidated by the change. Appreciate the intensity and the depthness of it instead of drawing away from it. And we find out that our higher power is multifaceted. multifaceted, right? It has many layers to it. It could be nature, it could be in children, it could be, if we open our eyes, we can see our higher power everywhere because we have a spirit of gratitude. We have a spirit of wow. And then we find out just for today, I can relate to my higher power in anything that comes across my path. And I can find value in it, gratitude in it. And before we know it, when we look in the mirror, we don't even see. And people definitely don't see. We don't see that old using addict anymore. I told this one lady, I said, it's just, I know this is crazy, but I just don't ever see you. When I look at you, I don't even think about you using. And she was like, honey, please, I got some stories to tell you. Well, I bet you do. We all do, right? We've come so far. Today is talking about a sense of wonder, that deep level appreciation and gratitude and awe and respect for the fact that we are in recovery today and all that comes with it. And I would hope for you today that as you look at your life and your recovery, you do it with curiosity and enjoy the sense of wonder, however that comes to you. You're worth it. You're worthy. You earned it. And it's yours for the taking. We have been in the mighty stream today of wonder. And I want for you to go out and do mighty things today with what we've talked about in this flow. I want you to enjoy it. January the 1st. Make it the best January the 1st that you have ever lived. Show up today. Show up with all of your spiritual principles, decorating your spiritual armor, letting the world know this is what I passed through, but I don't look anything like it. These are my badges of honor. And see if you don't attract the right thing. I'm sure you will. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you, and I am going to be talking to you January the 2nd. Look forward to it. Have a beautiful day.